What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Russ Jones with Skill Savvy DIY. Today, I got a brand new weld machine from Arccaptain. It's the Arc250. We're going to test this thing out, see how it does. It's primarily a stick welder, but it will do lift arc TIG as well. And we're going to try it all right now. All right, I'm not going to unbox this, but I will show you everything it comes with real briefly. We're going to focus on the welding more than anything on this machine because that's really, truly what you want to see. You want to know if this is a good fit for you, and that's what I'm going to show you today. All right, just real quickly, let me go over a few things. It does come with a ground. It comes with a stick whip. It comes with that little wire brush. Now, one thing I did notice that it did not come with, which comes with every Arccaptain product I've ever had, is a 120 volt adapter to run off 120. And I was glad to see that because I always run off of 240 volts. I've already got it plugged into my extension that runs back over here and ultimately ends up right back over there. So I was glad to see that. You cannot get your full potential with 250 amps on this machine. You can't get that on 120. So I think if you're going to have a weld machine, have 240 volts. That's just my opinion. I understand 120 can be handy in some situations, but most circuits are 20 amp and it's not going to handle it no way. You have to have at least a 30 amp circuit to run these other machines, these inverter machines at 120 volts. So anyway, I don't want to elaborate too much on that. Real quickly, the settings right here. If you'll look right here, there's probably going to be some flickering going on. But all right, that's in the stick mode, MMA, which is manual metal arc welding. All right, this is Synergy MMA or stick, and Synergy lets you take this button. Right now I got it set to 332, and you can change the rod size, your electrode size. That's 1/8, 532, all these different options. I'm using 332 today. Now this option here, if you go back to MMA, you can adjust your arc force. 10 amps there. We'll let this time out. All right, there we go. We'll set our amperage up to 90. I don't know. I'm going to be running 6 to 11 to start with. Let's run this up to about 85 and let's just try that. Now, they did send some rods with this. These are 6013 electrodes. It's been many years since I welded 6013. That's a good all-around shop or farm type rod. We're going to try that as well. All right, so we're going to start with some 6011, just basic rods here. I've got the machine set at 85, just straight stick, or MMA as they call it. Now, I don't use 6010 hardly ever. 6011 well is very similar, and most all machines have no problem with a 6011. If I had some 6010, I would show you that, but I don't buy them. I just don't use them. This is a good all-purpose rod. Yeah, well, good. Might have been a little on the hot side. At 85, 80 would probably be a little bit better. Yeah, I had kind of a rough start right there, but it looks all right from there. Like I said, I'm really out of practice. All right, now, on this side here, let's try the 6013 that they gave us. All right, I'm having to keep this camera. I just bought this GoPro, and I'm having to keep it quite a bit away from all this spatter. Do not want to break this brand new camera here. All right, 6013. This is 1/8. Let me kick this machine up to about try about 120 and just see. 120 amps. Here we go. Seemed to weld pretty good. I do know with this rod, you got to lay it way back because a lot of flux comes out of it. And you'll start trapping that flux and you'll get a bunch of holes and porosity and stuff in it. I may have done that. I won't know until I knock all this off. Oh yeah, let me turn this light down some. There we go. That looks almost like 7018. Not bad for all the years it's been for me. I like that rod. All right, let's see what we can get into now. All right, I'm gonna be using 7018 3/32. So, and that's one thing I forgot to do on that machine is where I had to set the 3/32. I didn't bring it to 1/8 earlier, but that's all right. It should be fine. We're gonna try 95. I think this is still set to, oh, that's right. I wasn't even welding on that setting, so it didn't matter. Let's try that. That's Surgenic 3/32. It starts at 50 amps. I know that's not hot enough, so we're going to go up to, let's try 95. That's 1/4 inch thick plate. And as you can see, I got a piece of pipe right here. That too is about a 1/4 inch. I think what I'm going to do is weld like half of this, then try to figure a way to stand it up and do the other part like if it was in position as a pipe weld. I've got my my lens set at a number 10 shade. Now these rods that I'm using, 332, 7018, they're hot. They just come out of the oven. These are Excalibur. So let's see how well these weld. Ooh, boy, look at that burn off. This machine is a little hot. Well, pretty good. It's a little on the hot side, for sure. All right, 95. Now I'm going to try this other position. We're going to take this down to about 90. All right, so like I said, I'm going to weld the other part of this around like this. Something else I haven't done. I was a pipe welder at Huntington Ingalls for, I worked on and off over 40 years. So, but it's been a while. I've been retired since 2021, 5 years. I get out here and play every now and then. Just enough to forget, but it ain't looking half bad. These Excaliburs seem to be welding pretty good. This pass here was entirely too hot. So I went ahead and took that hot start off of it. I'm at 90 amps. Let's see how that does. Better. All right, let's clean it up. Take a look at it. All right, so this is what I just got through doing right here. Might not even need that light. A little bit of undercut. That machine's still a little on the hot side, but not bad for the first time using this machine. You know, machine's something you got to get to know, and before you know it, you know exactly that sweet spot where to put it. Now, this is the side I did down hand. To be honest with you, this side right here, Looks a little bit better, and that was in position where you got your overhead, your vertical, and your down here. All right, last stick rod. This is a 309, which is a bimetallic rod meant to go between carbon steel and stainless steel. Let's see how well it starts. I did just use it to tack that off. These rods are kind of strange to weld with. They'll heat up when you're about halfway. They get so hot they go to spitting and sputtering. You can't hardly weld with them. So if you let these rods cool off, then you can consume the rest of them. But they sure do lay up pretty well. All right, let's see if we can get this tie in pretty good. Yeah, a little bit better on the heat. All right, I'm about out of rod. I'm not going to waste any more rods on that. Just wanted to show you what it looks like. Tie-in ain't half bad. But there you go, 309. All right, I was going to show you the lift TIG on here. This thing is primarily sold as a stick welder, but I was going to take my torch off of a TIG machine that I own, and I was going to use that because it has the DENS 35 connector on it, as you can see here. But the problem is, here's the one off this machine. If you'll look where this lock is, it's right there at the end, and mine is further back, so it's not going to work. I'll show you what I mean. I can get it to go in, but it's loose. You know, you're supposed to lock it in, and it won't lock in. Let me see if I can find another place where it'll lock in. No, it's just not going to lock in. The place that locks is all the way in the back, and this one is not all the way in the back. So that's not going to work. I was hoping I could show you that. But anyway, it will lift TIG. You would probably have to pick up a whip from Arccaptain that is compatible with this machine. All right, I was going to do this side right here. This is where I welded the, just welded the 309 on the back side. I was going to use this to TIG weld on, but that's not going to happen until I can get a proper TIG torch for this machine. Well, that's about all I can show you. It stick welds very well. Now, I do have to learn this machine so I can really dial in those sweet spots for whatever size rod and whatever thickness or gauge metal that I'm welding on. All that is key to knowing exactly where to dial that amperage in. I was a little hot at times, but I could easily stop, readjusted, but I will find those sweet spots. I was hoping I could find or show you the lift arc TIG, but as I showed you, my whip will not lock into this machine. So in the future, if I happen to get a Arccaptain TIG torch that will work on this, and I'll come back and revisit this machine again and show you that function only, and show you how it will lift arc TIG if you want to use it for a TIG welder. Hope you got something from this video, and I will have links in the description for this exact same model, the Arccaptain Arc250 stick welder. I'm Russ Jones with Skill Savvy DIY.